And Chris Ockley on the phone here with Festus senior Drew White, who took off to, I assume, the nice weather in California for the Arcadia Invitational, and looking for a fast 3,200 time, and was pretty successful doing that. I guess, was it Saturday night, Drew? What time Saturday?
Yeah, it was Saturday at 8:45.
Okay. And like I mentioned before, we just was upset as I totally forgot about it last Friday night. I was looking and saw that you were entered, but I couldn't match it up with the schedule. And then Saturday, hit up a couple meets and get home Saturday night and just totally forgot about it. But when I know when we talked on Tuesday at the Festus Tigertown meet, you were kind of contemplating whether, talk with your dad and coach and see if you'd still make the trip after your race Tuesday night. Tell me, were you guys all gung ho and ready to go for it Wednesday, and decided to go ahead and make the trip and shoot for a fast time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't really have a good race on Tuesday, and I just didn't feel very good. And I didn't want to go into this race not feeling good, and waste the trip and the money and everything. So, we kind of contemplated it for a while, but then ultimately came down and decided that, I was probably going to run fast if I get in with those guys. And Tuesday and Saturday was a long way away from each other, so we went for the risk, and so that was good. But yeah, we were really excited about it, and it was a lot of fun.
So did you fly out then on Friday?
Actually Thursday we flew out at like 5 o'clock.
Okay. And then I assume you went down and watched a lot of the meet then Friday?
Actually, we didn't even go to the meet at all. We just toured around pretty much, went to the ocean, a few different things. We went hiking, stuff like that. So, yeah, we pretty much saw the sights the day before. We didn't really go to the meet.
Right.
Because I just didn't want to be out there in the sun.
Right.
For a long time the day before we meet. So we just did a few other things and stayed relaxed.
Yeah. What time did you guys end up heading to the track then on Saturday, if the race wasn't until 8:45?
We got there at like 6:30, and we got there at like 6:30, and we watched a few of the races for about an hour and a half, like the girls DMR with Cammie Chappis in there, and some really good sprint guys, and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did catch her finishing. I think one of the maybe the 4x16 or 4x-mile on Friday night. I got to watch a little bit of that, and her finish up anchoring another win for her squad. But so what was obviously ran 9:16 at state last year, and as a junior that's pretty quick, and Matt Tegenkamp has the Missouri state meet record of 8:57. I assume you had those on your big sheet of goals and the big big goals of things to conquer this year. Was something that you were thinking about and looking to try to do too here at Arcadia?
Yeah, definitely. I figured, for right now in the season, this would be obviously the best opportunity to break 9 minutes. But the pace got real slow. No one wanted to take the lead or anything. So I think my first mile was like 4:33, and that was too slow. So we came back really, really fast, and so we had a negative split really to get our times and everything. But yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed that we went out slower. I think it could have helped me out a lot more if we would have went out in like 4:30 below. Because I think I could have negative split that or came back again. But yeah, I mean, it was a little disappointing because I didn't break 9 minutes, but and I was pretty close. But
well, tell me what other. What other names? Some other names that we might know that were in the race. I kind of blanked, and like I said, forgot about it. What? Any other names from around the country that might stand out that we might recognize?
Yeah, Putin Venezuela, Darren Fahey, Thomas Graham, Joey Diaz, Kevin Bishop, a few others that are really good. Craig Nowak.
Yeah, I think one other guy, one of the guys from Texas, I think I can't think of his name, that I thought also I saw was supposed to run. I don't know if he ended up running or not.
Daniel Vertiz.
Okay.
Yeah, Daniel Vertiz. I don't think he actually ran the race, but he was in there. But I looked for him and I couldn't find him. So, and then Michael Clevenger was in there, and a lot of other good guys. Jake Lingang. So it's pretty good field.
Right. What? And you finished in 9:04 point. Do you remember what official final time was?
No, I don't remember the point.
Okay.
But I think it was on the low end though of
Yeah. Well, I think and like I said, the only other Missourian that I ever recall being at the Arcadia meet was Lee Summit North Jacob Boone, who went out there probably as a senior, what would have been about 2006, and I think ran a 9:06 in that race. And so, man, both those times are fast, especially for this time of the year. And I guess it was 3 years ago that Francis Howell North's Nick Happy and Chaminade's Matt Estlin both went. It was either 9:02 or 9:04 at I think it was the Clayton meet, and in late April, and then I believe I think they both then went out to New Balance Nationals. I think is maybe the first year that it was called New Balance Nationals out in North Carolina, and I think Nick maybe improved on that in the full 2 mile by running 9:02 full 2 mile. But tell me what the atmosphere was like and what the crowd, and I believe it's just at a pretty nice high school track there in California, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. There's music and like Nike shop set up and everything. But the stands were completely packed, and the announcer was really great. He was trying to get the crowd into everybody, or so many guys breaking 9, because 15 guys broke 9. So it was a pretty crazy night, pretty crazy atmosphere. But it was just like the fans just yelling and everything. It helped out so much. But yeah, it was a great atmosphere, and I've never really seen anything like it.
Yeah, it sure helps to have a knowledgeable announcer, doesn't it, who knows about track and can really get the fans understanding what's going on and get them to cheer and support the runners that are really, pushing their bodies to mental and physical limits. So, what did you think when? And do you remember what place? My computer is not working. Do you remember how you ended up placing overall?
Yeah, I got 23rd.
Okay.
So that was a little disappointing too, but I didn't really care. Though at the same time, I ran a big PR, so
right.
It really does, But yeah, I got 23rd. But I have KU in 2 weeks, so hopefully we can break 9, if not run another fast time. So I'll be doing that, and then mile to go for the Dream Mile, and also the 4x8. So so that's a big one in the next few weeks, and so I've got to keep focusing on my mile and my 800 just to try and get that 3,200 time down. So but yep.
Did it feel tough in the race? Was it mentally or physically draining as a lot of races? Obviously, in such a big, deep field with 20. If you're 9:04 and 23rd, man, that's a lot of guys to be right there in the race. Did it seem easier than really having to push yourself and push the pace by, you know, and maybe if it's just you or a couple other guys?
Yeah, it was kind of tough in its own sense because you're with so many guys. It was hard to keep momentum, really, because you get cut off a lot, and you constantly have to zigzag in between guys and go out into the second, third, or even fourth lanes to run. And it's, I mean, but at the same time, you have guys that are just basically pacing you to the time that you want, really.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, and it was tough, but at the same time, it was really easy to run a fast time. But you know, it's physically tough on your body just because of so many momentum changes and like tripping and shoving and stuff like that, so close to contact. But yeah, it was a lot easier to run a fast time with such great competition.
Right. Yeah, you know, your step getting constantly, your stride kept, you know, I'm sure constantly getting broken up and just trying to keep that rhythm going. But so yeah, it looks like Futsum Zena Selassie won at 8:47 and Nowak was third at 8:49. But man, that's a quick race. Man, let's see, 30 guys in the race. And let's see, 26 under 9:10. That's just amazing. Well, what'd you? And I guess the first thing I thought that came when I first saw last night was thinking, oh man, what a great race and how phenomenal. But I was also felt a little bit heartbroken because I'm thinking, how many more chances is he going to get it with you know, other, you know, runners of that capability to push it? Obviously I was thinking, if, you know, Matt Teenkamp's mark is, you know, that 8:57 state meet mark, you know, he really did a lot of that on his own in perfect conditions late on a Friday night at the state meet, and I was just thinking, you know, man, I hope Drew gets another chance to be in a fast race and get a chance to go quick. So I'm sure if it doesn't happen you know, before or after, you know, at state, hopefully that you'll get some more chances to do that. So whether it's at a, you know, Midwest, you know, at a, you know, New Balance Nationals or a Midwest Distance Classic or something. But so what'd you take? Anything that you learned from the big race and the great competition? Anything you take away and you know, apply forward to your career moving on, and anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's one thing that I could have done better of is be a lot more aggressive on those guys really in the past, because I kind of let the chase tag go a little bit, and I think if I would have made a stronger move on the chase tag, then I could have had a better shot at breaking 9. But yeah, I mean, that's probably the only thing I could have taken away from this race, is just that I probably should have been more aggressive on it. But I was a little timid just because it was such a deep field that I didn't want to be too aggressive and then get eaten up in the end. So I was a little conservative, but hopefully I'll have a few more chances, you know, KU, state meet, that I can try and keep for, and then afterwards some out-of-state races, you know, like the Midwest Distance Gala and a few others that hopefully I can try and set that mark in verse 9, and yeah, of course I can get to breaking the state record.
Right. Well, you know, you really didn't have to go all that way and spend all that money to run a fast time. You could have just gone, I believe, Belleville West, I think, had a Friday night on meet on Friday where Garrett, I think is it Sweat, I think how you pronounce it, that the Edwardsville senior that I think ran 9:06 and broke Craig Virgin's meet, long, you know, 40-year-old meet record. So, but obviously he had, you know, again, that he's a great runner, and it was funny that he ran such a fast time and broke that mark here, and but obviously, you know, I'm sure the atmosphere and that experience is something you'll never forget. So So did you say you will plan to run the 4x8 mile and 32 at KU?
Yeah, our 4x8 team is pretty strong right now. We ran 8:03, and I wasn't on the relay with, and I have about a 1:59 open 800. So, I think that's a really good mark early on the season, and so we're going to load that up at KU and try and see how low we can go.
Right.
Hopefully break 8. And but yeah, I'll be doing that, and then I'll be doing the 1600. And just in case if I win it and like 4:11, maybe near the end of the season, that I can go to the Dream Mile.
Right.
So, and then obviously I'm doing the 3200 so that I can race Harriet and Will Fong and a few other guys, which I hope they're all doing 3200. But just obviously that one, just so I can. I think the record there is 9:01.
Okay.
By taking camp. So if I can break that record, then I have a better shot at breaking the state record. So
right.
I'll definitely be going hard on the 3200 and 4x8 and 16. So
right.
Should be a good weekend.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the schedule is for the Kansas relays. Which of those comes up first? I haven't looked at that. I guess I assume with the Dream 32.
Yeah,
it'll be on Friday.
32 is the first day, and then so that's really good. And then the second day is the 4x8, then the 16. So.
Right. I think I think that 4x8's pretty mid-morning, and then that mile I think is one of the last events, like 4 or 5 o'clock. I think maybe not full of last events, but when that prime time section of 3 o'clock or so. So give you 4 or 5 hours I think to recover from the 4x8. I think. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, sounds like you're pretty glad then you made the trip then, and obviously you sound like you were pretty disappointed on Tuesday that, but I'm impressed you obviously as a great competitor to get back after it and want to make that trip and want to toe the line with those other great runners and put it on the line, see how quick you could go.
Yeah. It was a great experience, and I think you got to take racing one step at a time, really, because it's kind of hard to go from 9:16 or 9:20 to 8:50 or 8:55, just a sudden jump. A lot of guys can't do that, so, and I haven't really been known to do that either. So, I think I just had to take this as a step, and I stepped to a fast time, and along the way I got a pretty fast time, and I think it'll help me down the road.
Right.
Just to know how that feels to run that fast, and be able to improve on that.
Right. And I think, and especially with the growing media coverage and the internet, that people are, especially distance runners, are afraid to go out and maybe not run a fast time and think that diminishes their resume, or people especially we like to compare so much and how this person's doing and how they're doing and this time and that time, and to me people shouldn't be afraid to go out and race, and even if you're not in tip-top shape, and even no matter, even if you're not running a spectacular time or mark, it's about where you're eventually going to get to, so but man, that's impressive, 9:04. So congratulations, and I guess you'll get home tonight and rest up, and then head to Kansas on Thursday, I assume.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, no. What's next week?
I have the Windsor Invitation on Tuesday, and then I have the Mineral Area, and then the following week is
right.
KU.
Drive out on Thursday to race probably Friday and Saturday. So cool, but. Well, congratulations. I know even that sub 9:10 is pretty elite company, and and I'm sure even better times are to come for you. So congratulations, and you guys have a safe trip back from, I guess you said you're in Chicago airport, so have a safe, hopefully quick flight to St. Louis, and if we don't see you next week, then we'll look for you to run some great races at Kansas.